What up, my guys? Welcome to another show, man. It's NBA Talk with J Money, man. We're here. It's Monday. It's MLK Day, man. We're trying to get some cash, man. I'll be back at the house on Wednesday for sure, man. We'll be back in our element, but still got a top play today. I'm looking at something like, oh, it's MLK Day. Let's try to get to this cash here today, man. What's up, my guy Cam? What's up, Luis? In the chat, man. Appreciate you guys becoming a member of the channel. Devin, Jordan, Gregory, Sean, Joel, everybody in the chat, man. I appreciate you guys. My guy Jay Thornton as well. Mendez serving in this bit, man. What's up? We serving, but let's get to some cash here, guys. You know how we do it on the show. It's all business here. I'm not here to waste your time. We're just trying to get some cash, man. It's Us Against The Bookies. Good morning to everybody in the chat, guys. Let's get straight to it. First game up here, man. Let's go to the streets of Charlotte here, guys. We got the Hornets getting 8 points at the house in this game. This game is a 12 o'clock start, so this game starts in 2 hours. Super early start, guys. I'll be perfectly honest. I do think the early start translate a little bit more to the home team here, right? You're on the road, you're in the road locker room, you're coming out of the hotel and stuff. At least when you're at the house, you're eating breakfast, home cooked meal, got to sleep in your bed, all this good stuff, man. So with these super early starts, I do lean to the home team, man. Now the Hornets, it's crazy. Let's talk about this game real quick. Hornets, the last game versus Celtics, right? Obviously, this is the second straight game. These two teams are playing against each other. Where my glasses at, man? I need to get my, I don't know where they at. I need to get my glasses, man. But regards to that, I'll have the glasses for the next show. But I lean Hornets here, man. Now, they covered the first half of last game. Now, simply put, the Celtics are coming in this game and try to shoot a ton of threes. That's all they're going to do. Like, they don't care about the Hornets. They're just going to shoot a bunch of threes and hope that they go in. They're not going to play defense versus the Hornets. They don't even really try to run their offense. They shot 53 threes, if I'm not mistaken, in the last game. Hornets only shot, I believe, like 19. So it looks like the Celtics are just going to bums away from three in this one and basically hope they go down. I know Derek White left the last game. He did come back in this one. Still no Jaylen Brown. Now, the main thing that I hate about this game, the Celtics possibly have a huge look ahead to the Warriors on deck. They will have 2 days off, guys, but when you have the Warriors on deck, that's a much bigger game. They already beat this Hornets team as well. I'll be honest, when I'm leaning last night, I'm leaning Hornets in the first half and full game, guys. That's the only way that I can look in this game. Full game might be the better proposition, but like I said, to early on as well with the Celtics launching all those threes, if they're not making them, the Celtics could actually lose this game, in my opinion, man. It's a huge look-ahead spot. I could only lean towards the Hornets here, plus the 8 full game. I don't trust them enough to take them, guys. I'll be honest, the Hornets are ass, but this is a national TV game. The Hornets don't usually get national TV games, guys, so it's just like it's one of those like we took with the Thunder earlier this year or like last week. The Hornets never get national TV game. This one's on NBA TV. This is your time to shine for Rozier, LaMelo, guys like that, man. PJ Washington as well. These guys are playing for contracts. Even if it's not on the Hornets, they're playing for other teams. So I lean Hornets full game plus the 8, and I lean Hornets in the first half as well plus the 4.5. That's the only way I could play this game. I didn't bet it, guys, but that is the way that I would look. I do think the early start and the home team here catching points in the revenge spot, national TV game, with the Celtics having a much bigger game on deck, don't be a bit surprised to see the Hornets sneak inside this number in the plus 8. And I wouldn't be surprised if they started fast as well. With this, if the Celtics aren't hitting their shots, this one could go the other way really quickly, guys. Let's go over here to the streets of Milwaukee here, man. We got the Bucks land 9.5 points at the house versus the Pacers, man. Be really nice to have Halliburton out there, my guys. I must say, I'm not gonna waste your time on these games, guys. I'll tell you right now, I like the Hawks on MLK Day. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna waste your time. I like the Hawks. This is my top plays today, my guys. But in this game here, man, the Bucks versus the Pacers, I'd like to take Pacers. It's too many points to lay with the Bucks for me. It was at 10.5. It's come down to 10, 9.5 at some spots. The thing that I don't like about the Bucks here is the fact that obviously they're coming off a 4-game road trip, right? Lost those last 2 versus Miami. Now they come home. They have the Raptors on deck as well tomorrow. So I don't like this spot for the Bucks. Could possibly be conserving some energy. They do have Giannis today. The Bucks are a totally different beast with Giannis out there, right? So that's finally whenever you'd like to play him. Who knows if he's going to play a back-to-back or whatever. But you got the Pacers coming in here off 3 straight losses. They're only 1-3 against the spread last 4. Obviously, they're really missing Halliburton out there. They could possibly still cover this number, though, even without Halliburton, just because of the home team. So I'm saying it's a tough game for me. I'll be honest with you, but the Pacers can match up well with the Bucks. It's just obviously they're missing 50% of their offense with Halliburton. Would I be surprised if the Pacers got blown out? I'll be honest, I wouldn't. I wouldn't be surprised if they got blown out. But if I'm betting it, I would like to lean towards the points in this one, especially with the Bucks having the game the next day as well and coming home off a 4-game road trip. Lean Pacers plus 9.5, plus the 10, but not enough for me to take it. Like I said, if they had Halliburton in there, it could be like plus 6.5 or something, and I'd be all over this shit. This Bucks are very overvalued in my opinion, but it's a whole nother conversation. That one, guys. Let's go over here to the streets of Cleveland here, guys. We got the Cavs land 7 points at the house versus the New Orleans Pelicans, guys. This is another one. I don't like the spot for the Cavs here. This is their first game home off their road trip, off of a 5-game West Coast road trip for the Cavs in this one. Now, on the contrary, the Pelicans as well. Last game of a 5-game road trip for them, man. Then they go home and face Miami for 1 game, then head back on the road. So it's actually 2 conflicting spots. In theory, we shouldn't be in a hurry to back teams on the last game of their road trip, of a last game of a 5-game road trip. And we also should be in a hurry to back teams on the first game back home off their road trip. So this is a really conflicting game. I'll be honest. If I had to take some here, I would take the Pelicans plus the 7 on the points, guys. That's the way I'll be looking at this game. If I had a free play on it, that's what I would be betting. Pelicans plus the 7. This line was at 5.5, 6. It's starting to creep up. I don't like it. The Cavs usually they come out a little bit lethargic, in my opinion, in their first game home, and it's somewhat of a one-off as well. You come home for 1 game, then you head back on the road versus Memphis as well. I don't like the spot for the Cavs in this one. Obviously, they have the trees down low with Allen. Mobley struggling this year, but you still got Donovan Mitchell, Garland, LeVert as well. So they have the much better offensive weapons here. But I do think the Pelicans can match up with them with their defense. The Pelicans are just really starting to miss offense right now. If CJ McCollum isn't going off and hitting his threes, the rest of the team, they're not an offensive juggernaut. This team really needs Zion, and they really need Ingram as well. Remember when Zion was in there, he had the ball in his hands a lot, right? So they're missing Zion as a facilitator. You see what I'm saying? They're starting to miss him, and Ingram as well, man. I'm sure they can't wait to get him back, but it's a tough game for me, guys. It's two conflicting spots for me, so I can't make a play in that game. Let's go over here to the streets of New York here, man. We got the Knicks laying 2 points at the house versus the Toronto Raptors here, man. There's a lot of stuff going on with the Raptors, guys. They're really close to making a trade. I'll be honest. Obviously, they came off a 6-game homestand where they somewhat got hot. Did drop their last game versus ATL as well. If the Raptors were back, in my opinion, you're supposed to go out there and blow the Hawks in that one. 6 straight games at the house. You're hot. You're landing 7.5 points in that one as well. They were never really in the game. The Hawks basically smacked them up from wire to wire at that one. And we don't know the Raptors as well. Van Fleet, questionable with a back injury. He's likely to be traded any day now, first off. Second off, they have the Bucks tomorrow as well. I'm not sure we're going to get from the Raptors here. Spicy P, Pascal Siakam, those guys, they're going to want to ball out. But I can tell you this right now, guys. The Knicks are playing some really good basketball right now. I know that it's a back episode. They just played 2 games on the road, Washington and then Detroit. This is 3rd game in 4 nights for the Knicks. So it's not the best of situations, but they're playing such good basketball right now, guys. They've won 3 straight games. They've won 7 out of the last 8 games. They're 6-2 against the spread in that span as well. So even if they're at the rest disadvantage, I don't want to bet against the Knicks at the house right now. I'm watching them. They're getting back to the Knicks that's playing some really good basketball. Well balanced offensively and defensively here. And you look at the Raptors as well. Like I said, it's first game on the road after 6 straight home games. You got the Bucks tomorrow. They do have the rest advantage because they had yesterday off here. So rest advantage for the Raptors, but have a lot of pieces that likely be traded here pretty soon, and they have a game tomorrow versus the Bucks. So you never know about the look ahead factor. I lean Knicks here. I'm wondering why I can tell you why the lines come down from 3.5 to 2. It's because they're on a back-to-back road home back-to-back. So in theory, Raptors have the rest advantage. But like I say, guys, when it's conflicting angles, me personally, I stay off of it. I would lean to the Knicks just off the basketball that they're playing. Probably Knicks first half, probably a little bit better of an opposition. a better position since they are on a back-to-back, right? And the Raptors have the rest advantage, so wouldn't be surprised if the Knicks came out blazing like they usually do at home, and then really the Raptors have the rest of it, so they could come back and get them in the second half. My top play in that game would be Knicks in the first half -1. You look at the Raptors, only 5-13 straight up on the road, 8-3 against the spread. Got a huge game versus the Bucks tomorrow, man. So I'm worried about that one, guys. To be honest, it's a tough game, man. It's a tough game, but what's not a tough game for me? Oh, it's not up yet, man. But the next one after this, let's go over here to the streets of Washington D.C., guys. I was rooting for the Warriors to win yesterday, guys. We really needed the Warriors to win. I feel like if the Warriors had won yesterday, we would take Wizards here heavy, man, because I was thinking that Curry probably wasn't going to play today. It looks like he is going to play. Now, they got smacked up versus the Bulls yesterday. That's probably why they want to come and play, get that bad taste out of their mouth. Curry's not playing the best right now. Wiggins isn't playing the best right now as well. They're coming back. They're still kind of rusty, right? Now, the Warriors have the Celtics on deck, guys. They do. I'll be honest, I wanted to take Wizards here. It didn't set up well. Like I said, I was going to be on Wizards heavy here, guys. I'm talking about smacking this shit until they turn it into a favorite. But Warriors, they are on the back-to-backs, on the third and fourth back-to-back. This is a super early start, guys. I'll be honest. Super early start. I don't know how to look at this game because wanted to take Wizards here, but then the Warriors had a bad game yesterday. So guess what? They want to bounce back today. I can tell you this. Beal is coming back. He's more than likely Bradley Beal is coming back today for the Wizards, guys. So is it going to throw things off? Who knows? They're only 1-4 against the spread and straight up last 5 games. 4th straight home game. In theory, Wizards should be able to get this one, guys. They're off 2 days off, 2 days of rest as well. Like I say, the way I'm looking at, I want to take Wizards here. I just hate the fact that the Warriors went on ahead and got blown out yesterday. It was supposed to be a little bit more of a competitive game. They were supposed to win as well without DeRozan. They end up losing by 14. So that leads me to believe that they might try to come and bounce back here. That's probably why Curry's playing. So I am staying off this game. I would like to lean to the Wizards. I do believe Bradley Beal is coming back. So if you like the Wizards, you probably want to take them now. Personally, I am worried that the Warriors could really bounce back here. The Wizards can hang with them, especially Porzingis, Gafford, things like that. They can hang with this team. They got Monte Morris back in the lineup. They got DeLon Wright, their backup point guard, coming off the bench as well. They got him back. And like I say, Bill should be back here as well. You worry about when the star player comes back, he could throw things off a little bit, but the Wizards are the type of team that needs him. I fully believe that Bill will be back in this game. He's been practicing, that he's got upgraded to questionable. Would like to take Wizards, guys. The situation then set up here. So lean Wizards, but I am staying off that game. Wouldn't be surprised if the Warriors tried to come out with some first quarter, first half in this one, guys. Now, I'll tell you, this is a game that I bet. This is a game that I'm on here. I did take the Hawks at +1.5. It said +1, +1.5. I like the Hawks here, guys. It's MLK Day, first off. These teams, you know, in Atlanta, Martin Luther King Jr. walked the streets. You see what I'm saying? They take these games serious here, man. The Hawks are 4-0 against the spread last 4 MLK days. I didn't go back too much further than that because it was totally different teams for the Hawks or whatever. But 4-0 against the spread last 4 on MLK Day. 3-1 straight up. You see what I'm saying? Obviously, this is a winnable game for them. This is a divisional game as well. Trust me, I know because I bet the Heat to win this division. I believe they already 1-0 versus the Hawks this season. So the Hawks really want this game, guys. They should really want this game. Now, I'll tell you something. This is not necessarily good for the Hawks. They were traveling all over the place. 4 games on the road, West Coast. Then they come home versus Milwaukee, 1 game. They lose that one. Then they head back out on the road for 2 road games as well. Now they come home. So, and then they head on the road again to Dallas after this one. But it's not the best spots for the Hawks, but the fact that it's on MLK, they come in right now. They've won 2 of their last. They've won 3 of their last 4 games as well. Like I say, they game versus the Raptors. I personally lean the Raptors in that game. Hawks came out there and smoked them, man. I think the Raptors have a much better defense than the Heat. Problem is Heat, if they're hitting those threes with guys like Max Strus, Gabe Vincent, I don't care, man. I think the Heat just got super lucky off 2 games versus the Bucks. They caught the Bucks without Giannis for 2 games, right? So they just coming off 2 huge wins over Milwaukee as well here, man. I think the Heat have a letdown here. I think they have a letdown, and I think the Hawks step up here as a revenge spot as well, man. They lost earlier this year. Like I say, it's an interdivisional game in this one. So if you want to try to win a division, this is a huge game versus Miami here at the house. You lost November 27th here at home, 106-98, man. The Heat were getting 3.5 in that one. I know it's moving toward the Heat. They're playing a lot better, but I like the Hawks in this one, guys. I took them full game plus the 1.5. I like the first half as well, Hawks +1. Clint Capella should be coming back into this one, guys. This should be a trifecta spot from the Hawks on MLK Day. I see the Heat having to let down early and often. I think the Hawks turn up here. Trae Young, DeJounte Murray, Clint Capella as well, John Collins as well, man. Showcasing. He's auditioning for other teams in this one, man. DeAndre Hunter. You got to win this game if you're the Hawks here versus this Heat. I know the Heat been playing a lot better, but this is the letdown spot coming off those 2 Milwaukee games. Give me the Hawks in this one. Top play of the day, guys. I'm all over the Hawks in this one, man. Plus the 1.5, plus the 1. I like the Hawks in this game, and guess what? For you under bettors as well, the under in this series has hit 7 straight times, guys. The over and under between the Hawks and Heat has hit 7 straight times, and it's 8-2 to the under the last 10 games. I don't play totals. I'm just here to bring you the info. The under hits. My guy Max in the chat liking the Heat money line. I think it's a loser, my guy. I'm sorry, but I'm on the Hawks in this one. Give me the Hawks plus the 1, plus the 1.5. Top play of the day. I do think that Capella plays in this game, guys. Let's see what happens. I like the Hawks in the first half as well, man. I'm taking Hawks first half and full game. Now, how about that? How about that, Max? Let's go over here to the streets of Minnesota here, guys. We got the Wolves laying 2 points at the house versus the Utah Jazz in this one. Rudy Gobert, revenge spot. Now, Jared Vanderbilt, we got to be honest. We got to look at things from both sides. Jared Vanderbilt and Malik Beasley are going to want to ball out here as well, guys. So this is a huge game in theory for the Jazz. I'll tell you something. I think at some point the Jazz might revert to trying to lose some games, man. It sounds crazy as hell, but if they're not going to make the play-in tournament, why wouldn't you want to sit at 11th or 12th in the conference over there? Excuse me. It's going to be hard to do, though, to be honest with you. It's going to be hard to out-tank the Raptors and the Spurs, man. It's going to be really hard to do that, but it's very possible, my guys. It's very possible. But this is how I'm looking at this game, man. Now, the Wolves are absolutely hot right now. I can tell you that right now. I'm only looking towards the Wolves in this game. This team is on something. They won 6 out of their last 7 games and are really starting to play well. 3rd straight home game as well. They do have Denver on deck, but you want to mow down these Jazz, man. You have to, especially if you want to make the playoffs like the Wolves are. Rudy Gobert, obviously. Now, Gobert did leave the last game. There could be something here. I hadn't bet this game. Gobert did leave the last game with an injury. He could have just been scared of Donovan Mitchell. Who knows? But he left the last game and didn't come back. But they did still win versus the Cavs in that one. 110-102, man. The Wolves are showing some. Gobert go down, they still win, man. They're going versus the Phoenix Suns in a bad spot in theory. They still come out there and smack up the Suns in that way, man. So, like I said, the Wolves are starting to play a lot better, man. The Jazz, marketing is questionable this game. He probably plays. I think he sat out versus Philly, but Jazz are starting to play a lot better as well. Those 3 games were at the house. We go take a look at them the last few on the road. They beat the Rockets 113-114, but that's the worst team in the NBA. Then they struggle versus Chicago in Chicago, and they struggle versus Memphis as well. Obviously, you're going to struggle versus Memphis. So the Jazz have only won 3 out of their last 10 games, guys. So I'm starting to wonder if the Jazz, especially with them resting marketing years the other day, I'm like, are they trying to lose these games or what, man? I'm not sure what to do this game, but I can only look towards the Wolves in this one, guys. Heavily lean toward the Wolves. They say Rudy Gobert is game time decision. You definitely need to know what's going on with Rudy Gobert, guys, especially going up against Vanderbilt and marketing. Marketing probably plays today. I could only look Wolves. They're starting to get hot right now, guys. 2 more games here, and we'll get up out of here. Let's go over here to the streets of Memphis here, guys. Little nugget. Teams like Memphis and Atlanta show up on MLK Day, guys. It's a tradition. Go and look at it. Grizzlies and the Hawks play basically every MLK Day. It's a tradition. Memphis and Atlanta, Martin Luther King Jr. literally walked those streets. You see what I'm saying? If Alabama had a team, man, they'd be playing. If Alabama had a team, Selma, Alabama, they got to have an NBA team, man. They'd be playing as well. But let's get straight to it. Grizzlies laying 10 versus the Suns. Now, you got to wonder if the Suns just match up well versus the Grizzlies, right? Because they were without all their players, and they had still beat the Grizzlies at home, right? And convincingly as well. Let's look at it. 125 to 108, December 27th. The Suns beat them. There was a quick revenge spot after the Grizzlies had just smoked them 125 to 100, though. But like I said, man, still, no, you don't really have a guard for the Suns in this one. When they did beat them, at least they had Chris Paul that last time. But not mistaken, Chris Paul campaign still out in this one, guys. I want to take Grizzlies trifecta here. That's what I want to take. It's a fourth straight road game for the Suns. I know that they've had a couple of days off, but they've only won 2 of their last 10 games, and they've only covered 4 of their last 10 games as well, man. So it's crazy because every once in a while the Suns can muster up some good energy. They still have great defensive players, but the Grizzlies have way too much offense for them, in my opinion, especially for the Suns not to have a point guard in this one. Grizzlies won 9 straight games, and they're 6-3 against the spread in those 9 games as well. But I'll tell you this, guys, this is so unfair to us. They're putting Ja Morant on the injury report to try to scare people away from the Grizzlies. I hate it. It's injury report manipulation. Now, should Ja Morant play on MLK Day? I fully believe that he should, guys. He better. Why wouldn't you play on MLK Day? And I'm pretty sure this is a national TV game as well, man. I can only look towards the Grizzlies in this one, guys. I didn't bet. Let me see. I'm pretty sure this game is on national TV. Let's see here. I want to take Grizzlies trifecta spot, man. That's what I'd like to. This is a TNT game. We know how Ja Morant likes to show off on TNT. I hate the injury report manipulation, guys. I can't stand it, but I would like to lean towards. I'm only making one play on one game today. It's my top play of the day, but I would lean towards the Grizzlies here, guys. If I had a free picks in this game, it'd be Grizzlies. First quarter, first half, full game to take these Suns to Smack City. This is not the best version of Suns. They don't have a point guard or anyone to run the offense in this one. Ja Morant, Desmond Bane, and the boys, they should come out here and smoke them. I hate the fact that they're put Ja Morant on the injury report. It's MLK Day, man. Why would you do that? Lean Grizzlies trifecta spot, guys. Whether I go official or betting or not, I'm just here to bring you the info. If you're leaning towards Grizzlies, I do like the side. It's just I'm staying off this game. But if I'm betting it, if I was at the house going to the casinos, I'd be on Grizzlies trifecta here, guys, to be honest with you. But one top play for me today. Let's go over here. Last game up. We're going to the streets of LA here, guys. We got the Lakers laying 5.5 points versus the Rockets. I shouldn't even speak of this Rockets team on the now. Every time I come over here and trash a team, they cover or something, but they just missed off the Lakers last night. I'd only look Lakers here, guys. I'd only look towards the Lakers in this one. They just screwed off LeBron and Russell Westbrook. I didn't even have to see the last 2-minute report. He got fouled last night by Joel Embiid. The Lakers should have won that game. We know how we feel as well when a player surpasses a milestone. LeBron got over 38,000 points. He's number 2 scoring in the league, but they end up losing the game. I think they get some payback tonight. This Rockets team is a corpse. They're not a real NBA team. They don't have a coach. It's just players out there playing. This team does not have a real coach. I can only look towards the Lakers here. You wonder who's going to play on a back-to-back, but with them losing last night and the NBA on them one, LeBron should play here, but I don't think it matters here. This Rockets defense is horrible, guys. I could only look towards the Lakers. In this one, the refs kind of on one. The Rockets, they're not a bad offensive team. They got some offensive guys. It's just the defense is absolutely horrible in this one. 4th straight road game as well. 3rd game in 4 nights for the Rockets as well. So third game back-to-back on the road. 3rd game in 4 nights for the Rockets. 4th game in 6 nights, all on the road out here hanging out in Cali. It's not what you want from the Rockets as well. I can only look towards the Lakers in this one. They're off 3 straight losses. They're in need of a win. I couldn't talk you off of a Lakers money line and Bills money line parlay, guys. If I was at the house, that's probably what I'd do. I'm looking for something to parlay with Bills money line versus the Bengals. Lakers here tonight could be a really good candidate, to be honest with you guys. It's the only way I could look in this one, man. What are you guys thinking in the chat, man? Any questions before I get up out of here? Dan says the Lakers are way too bad to bet on them. The Lakers have been playing a lot better. I respect your opinion, Dan Kelly, but the Lakers are not the same team from first quarter this year, my God. They're playing a lot better right now, and the NBA owes them one. I'm not laying the 5.5 with them, but I could only look towards the Lakers in that one, my guys. My guy Lou Rigo says Grizzlies in the first half could not talk you off, and they're certified trash on D. Bucks or Cowboys, man, don't bet that game, man. You never know what they're gonna do for Brady in that one. LeBron show out for MLK. I couldn't talk you off. Russell Westbrook, Shaq. Any questions, guys, before I get up out of here? He said over none for the Lakers. Yeah, that should definitely be an over game. Rockets, they can score. They can score. They just don't like to play any defense. And the Lakers are going to push the pace for sure. That's a good look there, Markel. Could definitely look at the over that one. Jerry says he's going to ride with me on the Hawks and that one. Tight lines tonight, only one bet. Hawks. Yeah, I couldn't talk you off. I think Memphis might have 10, but I didn't take the bet. Yeah, I hate the way they manipulating the injury report with the Ja Morant news. I saw that yesterday. I'm like, this guy should be playing. It's a TNT game. I don't see him sitting out. Why would you put him up as question? I think they just do that to play with us, man. I'm telling you, man. Let's see what else, my guy. Greg. Let's see what's first half line on game. Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Before I get out of here, man. I got to get up out of here. Hawks turn up on MLK Day. Now, facts. You like the Bills versus the Bengals? I'll be all over the Bills. I'm betting the Bills all the way to the Super Bowl, my guy. I'm betting the Bills all the way to the Super Bowl. I'm not laying at 3.5 with them, but if I get a 3 on the Bills, I'll be all over that shit. And I'll be finding stuff to parlay with Bills money line. So I'll just be waiting on Bills. Bills, yes. I'd even lay the 3.5, to be honest with you. Let's get over here, man. All right, that's it. Grizz first quarter team total over. I couldn't talk you off that. I'm finna get up out of here, man. Yeah, couldn't talk you off. 77 Grizz and Hawks, man. They ball out on MLK Day. It really could just be that simple. Man. Let's see. Capella out. No, Capella is upgraded to questionable. He says he intends to play. So that's the info right there. Appreciate you, Dan, my guy in the chat, man. The guy, sharp guy, man. Celtics first half dominance. Let's see what happens, man. I'd lean Hornets in the first half. You like any college hoops, man? College been killing me, Mark. But I want to lean Georgetown plus the 14 versus Villanova, and I'd lean Michigan State as well, man. My guy 49er says he likes Cowboys money line, Michigan State plus 2, Cavs -7. Purdue -4. I lean Michigan State, man. If they can hang with them last year, I definitely think they can hang with them this year. That's for sure. They saw 80 before, right? But let's see what happens. I appreciate you guys, man. Any more shows today? Yeah, I'll be live with my guy Rob Vino in 1 hour and 30 minutes, my guy, as long as he's up to it. I want to take him trifecta, Miguel. My top player. I want to, man. Yes, sir. Bills all the way. Yes, sir. We're trying to stack in some Bills. Capella is not out, my guy. Capella is not out. The Bills are not frauds. The Bills look like frauds. They be fooling y'all, man. They fool y'all. I'm telling y'all. With a lot of these big spreads, when people know that they're going to the Super Bowl, they're not going to cover spreads for it. That's why I wouldn't lay 3.5 with the Bills. I wouldn't be surprised they won by 3. They wanted no parts in winning that game, guys. Little nugget, the Bills could have blew them out yesterday if they wanted to. You saw how the game was going. Then they start throwing picks and fumbling and shit. Seems super fishy, right? They had no part. They wanted no parts in covering that game for the whole world, guys. I'm telling you this. But let's see what happens. Let me get up out of here, guys. I can't start break. I gotta keep some stuff private, man. See what I'm saying? I can't say everything, man. But just know the NFL, those are their guys, man. Let's see I like the Jags versus the Chiefs as well. I think Mahomes, he'll win, but by 3 or 7. Let's see. Let's see what happens. I got some shit on these guys, man. But let's get over here, man. Let's get up out of here. It's all business here, guys. I'm sorry. I just tried to answer some questions, try to interact more with the chat. Y'all post those pics in the chat, guys. It's not just me. It's people all over the place. They got all type of props, totals, everything in the chat, man. So y'all come join the chat. Make sure you're paying attention to the chat as well, man, and leave those comments below. For me today, man, I'm going with the Hawks. I'm flying with the Hawks. I ate some chicken yesterday, some hot wings yesterday, but I'm flying with the Hawks today, man. Give me the first half. Give me the Hawks in this one. I'm on them plus 1.5 for the full game. I'm going to take them in the first half as well, guys. I'm taking Hawks in the first half as well. I'd like to take the trifecta spot. I'm taking Hawks first half plus 0.5, and I'm taking Hawks in the full game plus the 1, plus the 1.5. I fully believe the Hawks will fly tonight on these Heat, man. We're rocking with the Hawks. Now, I'll be honest, not the Hawks. Betting on the Hawks are not for the faint-hearted, guys. You never know when they're gonna give up a dud effort, but I do think they turned up here today at home at MLK Day. They've lost their last 3 home games, right? So what better chance to get off that schneid than Martin Luther King Day at home? It's going to be rocking in that motherfucker. Give me the Hawks, man. First half, full game as well. I'd like to take first quarter. I fully, whether I'm taking it or not, I think it's going to cash. Hawks are cashing the trifecta spot here today, guys. Now, the rest of the games that I'll be looking at, the first game up, the Hornets, I lean Hornets in the first half plus 4.5, and I lean the full game plus the 8. It's not something that I'm taking. I don't trust the Hornets enough, but with this being a national NBA TV game, the Hornets never get NBA TV games. Don't be surprised if you see a little bit extra pep in the Hornets step today from LaMelo, Terry Rozier, guys like PJ Washington as well, man. Don't be a bit surprised in this one. This is somewhat, it could be a LaMelo showcase game. They know they're trash, but for one game, they might try to turn up versus one of the better teams in the league. Celtics, possible look ahead to the Warriors on deck. I'm not playing this game, but if I had plays in the game, I'd be taking Hornets in the first half and Hornets a full game in that one. The Pacers versus Bucks. Would like to lean to the Pacers. Bucks do have a bigger game tomorrow on deck versus the Raptors, but I don't trust the Bucks laying this point spread range. In my opinion, they are coming off 2 straight losses, so they could turn up here. Pacers don't have Halliburton, right? So we got to remember that he's like 50% of the team. So I'm staying off that game. But if I had a free bet, then it would lean Pacers. Pelicans versus Cavs. Pelicans last game of a 5-game road trip, but Cavs first game home off of a 5-game West Coast road trip, getting back acclimated to the time. If I had to play in that game, I'd heavily lean to the under, and I'd lean to the Pelicans plus the 7. Raptors Knicks in rest disadvantage, back-to-back plus third game in 4 nights, but they are playing such good basketball. Won 6 out of their last 7 games. The Knicks are playing some good ball right now. It's hard for me to go against them. Raptors got all type of trade implications. You never know who's going to get traded. Fred VanVleet, questionable with a back injury. I can't tell you if he's out. I can only look towards the Knicks in that one, my guys. Raptors do have the Bucks on deck tomorrow as well. Warriors versus Wizards. Steph will play in this game. I was thinking he's going to be out. If they had won yesterday versus the Bulls, then Steph would fully be sitting this game out, but they didn't. They lost. So that changes everything for me in this one. I'd still like to lean Wizards, mainly for the rest advantage, but don't be a bit surprised if the Warriors try to start turning up here on the road after being so lackluster. They lost yesterday's game, so they probably try to come out here and at least start things early. But I would like to lean Wizards, but everything is set up well for me, guys. I was thinking Klay Thompson, Steph, and Wiggins, and Draymond was going to be out in this game, guys. That's the way I was looking at it. If they had won yesterday, they would have set everybody. They're playing them. That makes me feel funny. I'm staying off the Wizards there. Hawks, first half, full game. I fully believe that the Hawks cash and trifecta, official top picks. Hawks, full game, plus the 1, plus 1.5. First half as well, plus the half or plus 1, or money line. I like the Hawks to go smack this heat up today, guys. Wolves versus Jazz. Lean Wolves in there when they're playing some good basketball right now. With Lane Wolves, got to wait on Rudy Gobert going up against his old squad. Jazz are heading in a different direction. Wolves, they're going in a different. I'd lean Wolves at the house in that one. Grizzlies would like to take Grizzlies trifecta spot here. That's the only way I can look in this game. I think Grizzlies come out there, hop on their ass early and often. TNT game, John Morant showcase game. I hate that they're listing them questionable. This is MLK Day. I fully believe that he is playing. I'd lean Grizzlies trifecta spot in that game. First quarter spread, first half spread, full game. Last game of the Lakers, heavily lean to the Lakers. The Rockets are a glorified G League squad. They should get Jalen Green back and Kevin Porter Jr. back. I'd look towards the over in this one. I see points. Lakers probably won't be playing a ton of defense in this one. Probably just try to outscore the Rockets. Rockets don't have much defense in this one, guys. I'm not laying the 5.5 with the Lakers, but the refs did just screw them off of the game last night, guys. So in theory, they do owe the Lakers one. Rockets back-to-back, third game in 4 nights, fourth game in 6 nights, all on the road. Don't be a bit surprised to see them run out of gas in the fourth quarter of this one, guys. That's the show for me. One game I'm absolutely loving. That's the Hawks. We eating chicken, my guys, eating hot wings. Hawks, first half, plus the half or money line. Hawks, full game, plus the 1, money line, all that. I fully believe Hawks cash the trifecta, guys. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. That's the show live at 1 p.m. Eastern with my guy, Rob Vino, and it's time to get more cash. We're talking more picks with my guy Rob. Check out the website, jmoneyismoney.com, man, for 50% off shirts over there. And also, if you'd like to become a member of the channel, it's only $2.99. You see what I'm saying? I will start doing some member-only shows at night, guys. So if you'd like to join, if you'd like to get some early picks before everybody, I'll be start doing quick 15-minute videos at night, running down the card and running down my top plays at nighttime, guys. So let's get some cash here. If you'd like to join the channel, become a member, hit the link in the description. It's only $2.99 a month, man. I appreciate y'all. Let's get this cash, guys. We will win. We out.